Have you ever heard of one tiny habit, one so simple it barely feels like effort, that can actually strengthen your heart, reduce your blood pressure, and even improve the way you sleep? At a stage in life when our bodies begin to respond differently to stress, food, and movement, when each doctor's visit comes with added warnings or new prescriptions, it might surprise you to learn there's something incredibly effective you can do right in your living room. That helps you reclaim some control over your health. It doesn't involve expensive gear, fancy gym memberships, or pushing yourself to exhaustion. In fact, it might be the most natural, overlooked remedy your physician hasn't talked about yet. If you're between the ages of 55 and 80, you already know how much your body has changed over the years. You may notice it takes longer to recover from a busy day. You might feel more restless at night, or find your blood pressure numbers creeping higher even when you haven't changed much about your lifestyle. The truth is, aging doesn't have to mean surrendering to decline. There's a powerful set of movements, gentle yet deeply effective, that are specifically suited to your stage of life. And today, we're going to walk you through them. These aren't exercises designed to wear you out. They're carefully chosen, doctor-approved techniques that protect your heart, improve circulation, and bring down high blood pressure naturally, all while helping you move more freely and rest more deeply. So find a comfortable seat, give yourself a little breathing room, and stay with me. You might be amazed by what's still possible when you start giving your body just a bit of what it's asking for. Because even if your energy isn't what it once was, your body hasn't stopped responding to care. It's just waiting for the right kind of attention. Let's begin with something many of us take for granted: walking. Not just strolling through the house, but walking with purpose, what we call brisk walking. Now, you might be thinking, walking? That's too easy to make a difference. But that's exactly why it's so effective for older adults. It's easy enough to do regularly, and powerful enough to produce real changes in your heart health and blood pressure over time. Walking at a steady, slightly accelerated pace, where your heart rate rises just a bit, but you can still speak comfortably, creates a cardiovascular rhythm that strengthens your heart muscle and helps your blood vessels stay elastic. And elasticity is the secret weapon against hypertension. Recent research has shown that 30 minutes of brisk walking each day can lower your systolic blood pressure by up to 10 points. That is a shift you typically need medication for. But here, you're getting it from movement alone. The best part? There's no side effect, no pharmacy pickup, no insurance approvals, just shoes, time, and commitment. Beyond the physical benefits, walking lowers cortisol levels in the body, easing the mental tension that often raises blood pressure from the inside. When you walk, particularly outdoors, you're not only using your legs, you're also gently telling your nervous system to relax. That natural relaxation reduces stress-related inflammation and helps reset your system. And let's not forget the social aspect. Walking with a friend, your partner, a neighbor, or even your dog adds a layer of connection that amplifies the benefits. Loneliness is an invisible weight many older adults carry. Adding simple movement to your routine with company can lift that weight emotionally and physically. I remember a man named Harold, 78 years old, from Minnesota, who told us he started a new habit of walking around the block after breakfast. At first, it was tough. His legs ached, and he doubted it would make a real difference. But after just 2 weeks, his breathing felt lighter, his posture improved, and at his next checkup, his blood pressure had improved noticeably. That's the power of daily consistency. And here's the thing, it's not about distance. You don't have to walk a mile or break a sweat. It's about walking a little every day. Your body doesn't reward intensity. It rewards regularity. When movement becomes part of your rhythm, your body begins to remember how to self-regulate. That's where real change happens. Now, let's move to another form of movement, one that sounds so basic, it's often overlooked: chair squats. Don't be fooled by the simplicity. Sitting down and standing back up, slowly and with control, is one of the best ways to reactivate your leg and glute muscles, the biggest muscle groups in your body. And when those muscles are strong, your heart has a helper. Think of your legs as a second pump. When they're active, they help move blood back up to your chest, reducing the workload on your heart. This improves circulation and lowers the risk of things like clotting the legs or fluid buildup, which are common concerns for people who spend a lot of time seated. And here's what's more exciting. These movements also improve vascular tone. That means your blood vessels stay flexible instead of stiffening with age. Flexible vessels make it easier for your heart to do its job, which is exactly what helps bring your pressure down and your risk down with it. There's also a huge mental benefit. You may not even realize it, but many older adults carry a quiet fear in their minds. What if I fall and can't get up? Every time you stand up from a chair using just your legs, no armrest, no hands, you're reteaching your body that it still has control. You're restoring a layer of confidence that's easy to lose but deeply powerful to regain. When people feel capable, they become more willing to move. And when they move more, they become more stable, more independent, and more self-assured. I recall Martha, an 82-year-old from Oregon, who wrote to tell us how she started with just 5 chair squats a day. She had a lot of joint pain at first and used her arms for support, but she didn't quit. 3 weeks later, she could do 10 full squats with no assistance. And guess what? Her doctor noted her heart rate had improved, and her balance while walking had noticeably strengthened. That kind of transformation doesn't require hours. It requires commitment. A handful of squats a day led to improved mobility and greater heart efficiency. That's not coincidence. That's your body adapting and rewarding you for your effort. If you've been finding this conversation valuable, I encourage you to take a moment to comment number 2 below. Let us know you're here and still engaged. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. Staying informed is one of the best gifts you can give yourself in this phase of life. Now, let's keep going. Next, we move into upper body territory. Let's talk about wall push-ups. Many people think push-ups are out of the question after 60, but they're thinking of the kind you do on the floor, tough on the wrists, straining on the back, and risky for the shoulders. Wall push-ups, however, are completely different. They're gentle, safe, and still incredibly beneficial for building strength and improving circulation in your upper body. Here's how they work. When you press your hands into a wall and use your arms to push your body away, you're working the muscles of your chest, shoulders, and upper back. These areas are directly tied to your heart function. Why? Because better upper body circulation means better oxygen delivery to your heart and brain. That keeps your blood pressure balanced and helps your heart pump more efficiently without added strain. Doing wall push-ups also stimulates your vascular system in a subtle way. Each repetition increases elasticity in the arteries, making them more responsive. That means less chance of dangerous blood pressure spikes and better long-term cardiovascular resilience. And let's not overlook posture. Standing upright, looking ahead, and pressing into resistance pulls your shoulders back and opens up your chest cavity. That allows for deeper breathing, which reduces anxiety and brings down internal tension, one of the hidden triggers of high blood pressure. And there's a mental boost here, too. Good posture doesn't just make you look more alert. It actually signals to your brain that you're confident and grounded. That feeds into your self-image, your daily motivation, and even your willingness to keep moving. I remember Leonard, a 74-year-old with a history of heart disease. He began doing 10 wall push-ups each day while brushing his teeth. It became part of his routine. Now he does 30 a day, pain-free, while watching the news. He's breathing better, walking taller, and he told us he hasn't had to increase his medication in years. Wall push-ups are accessible. You don't need equipment. You don't need a coach. You don't even need a big space. Just a wall and the intention to start. That's what makes this so powerful. Your body is still willing. It's just waiting on you to show up for it. By now, you've seen how simple, low-impact exercises can dramatically improve your heart health, lower blood pressure, and help you sleep better, even after 60. In Part 1, we explored brisk walking, chair squats, and wall push-ups, movements that don't require equipment, a gym, or perfect fitness, just consistency. In Part 2, we're focusing on equally powerful but often overlooked exercises that support circulation, boost strength, and enhance your daily confidence. Let's start with leg raises. This exercise may look easy, but don't underestimate it. Your legs house your largest muscle groups, the thighs, glutes, and calves. When those muscles stay active, they assist your heart by helping push blood back up toward your chest. That reduces pressure in the lower body, prevents blood pooling, and supports better circulation overall. key to keeping your blood pressure in a healthier range. To perform seated leg raises, sit on a sturdy chair with your feet flat. Lift one leg slowly. Hold out straight for a few seconds, then lower it with control. Alternate legs. You can also lie down and do the same motion for added comfort and reduce joint strain. Start with 5 per leg, then increase as your strength builds. This movement is especially useful if you sit often, experience swelling the feet, or feel less steady walking. And here's the bonus. It's incredibly easy to work into your day. Do them while watching TV, waiting for the kettle to boil, or before going to bed. Just a few minutes a day can keep your legs strong and help your heart work less hard. One woman I spoke with, Ethel, 81, told me she started doing leg raises at night after brushing her teeth. She said at first it felt like just lifting her feet, but within 3 weeks, her walking felt steadier, her legs ached less, and her doctor noted a small but meaningful drop in her systolic blood pressure. Even better, she said she stopped feeling fragile. That's what real strength feels like: quiet, steady, and earned. Now, let's talk about seated marching. This one is fantastic for improving circulation, coordination, and core strength, all from a seated position. Sit upright. Lift one knee toward your chest, then lower it and alternate. You can swing your arms gently too, or keep them at your sides for stability. Seated marching increases your heart rate just enough to encourage blood flow without overwhelming your joints. It activates your hips, abdominal muscles, and legs, all vital for balance and stability. Plus, it's a great warm-up for walking or other daily movements. There's also a breathing benefit here. When you combine movement with controlled breath, inhale as one knee comes up, exhale as it lowers. You send a message to your nervous system that you're safe and in control. This can lower internal stress levels, which in turn brings down your blood pressure naturally. A viewer named Jerome, 79, started marching in place while sitting on the edge of his bed. At first, just 1 minute wore him out, but within weeks, he could go for 5, and he said it gave him back a sense of purpose. He wrote, "It's the first thing I do now every morning. It reminds me I'm not done yet. That mindset makes all the difference." Another gentle but impactful move is shoulder rolls. We carry a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders, especially with age, and especially if we spend more time sitting or looking down at phones or books. This tension can tighten blood vessels, raise internal pressure, and interfere with circulation. Rolling your shoulders helps reverse that. To do this, sit or stand with good posture. Gently roll your shoulders forward in a circle for 10 to 15 seconds, then reverse direction. Do this while breathing slowly and evenly. It opens the chest, improves oxygen intake, and eases muscle tension, reducing both physical and emotional strain. Nadine, 76, told us she began every morning with 5 minutes of shoulder rolls and neck stretches. She had struggled with high blood pressure and tension headaches for years. But once this became her morning routine, both her blood pressure readings and her stress levels noticeably improved. And all it took was a few slow, intentional movements. And finally, let's revisit the importance of wall push-ups. We introduced them in part 1 as a safer alternative to floor push-ups, and in this part, we're focusing on their added benefits. These simple movements improve upper body circulation, which is critical for maintaining heart health, but they also strengthen your balance system. Each time you lean forward into the wall and push yourself back, you're subtly engaging your core, ankles, and stabilizing muscles. These are the muscles that prevent falls, improve posture, and help you feel grounded when standing or walking. And when your balance improves, your confidence grows. That's exactly what happened with Harold, 74. He started doing 5 wall push-ups each day while brushing his teeth. He slowly built up to 20 a day. The most noticeable change? He no longer needed to stop and rest while carrying groceries, and his chest no longer felt tight when walking up the stairs. "It's not magic," he told me. "It's just finally treating my body the way it deserves." These exercises may seem simple, but they're powerful. They lower stress, improve circulation, stabilize blood pressure, and even improve sleep. Because when your muscles are active and your blood is flowing well, your heart doesn't have to work so hard, especially at night. So, how do you make this a habit? Start small. Choose one or two exercises and link them to something you already do. Do leg raises while watching TV. Try seated marching after meals. Add shoulder rolls to your morning routine. The goal isn't to do everything. It's to do something daily. And from that small habit, everything grows. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. 5 minutes today, 10 tomorrow. The results may come quietly, but they come. You'll feel steadier on your feet. You'll feel more in control of your body. And you'll begin to trust your strength again. So I ask you, what movement will you start with today? Which one spoke to you most? Comment number 4 below if you're still with us. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a helpful video like this one. Your support means everything and helps us continue bringing you the information you deserve. Remember, aging isn't about decline. It's about adjustment. And with just a little motion each day, your body can still support you in incredible ways. You're not too late. You're right on time. By now, you've seen just how much good your body can still do with just a few simple, mindful movements each day. From brisk walking and chair squats to wall push-ups, leg raises, and seated marching, we explored exercises that require no gym, no machines, and no complicated steps, just consistency and care. But maybe you're wondering, how do I make this a regular part of my life? How do I build a habit, especially when energy is low or motivation comes and goes? The truth is, the biggest barrier to better health after 60 isn't usually ability, it's belief. Belief that it's too late, that the decline is inevitable. That change won't make a difference anymore. But here's what I want you to take away. Your body never stops responding. Even small, steady changes made at 70, 75, or even 85 can bring you noticeable results. Lower blood pressure, more restful sleep, stronger legs, steadier balance, and a calmer mind. So the first step is to shift how we think about exercise. Don't look at it as a chore. Look at it as a gift, an act of care for the one body that's carried you this far. You don't need to do everything all at once. Start small. Choose just one exercise from the list you've learned. Maybe it's 5 wall push-ups while waiting for your morning tea. Maybe it's seated leg raises while watching your favorite TV show. Maybe it's walking for 5 minutes after lunch. The point isn't how long you do it. The point is that you start, because when you start, something incredible happens. You prove to yourself that you can. And from that single step, momentum begins to build. 5 minutes becomes 7. 1 set becomes 2. And in time, you don't just feel better physically. You begin to feel more in charge of your days. Now, let's talk about one of the most overlooked challenges: low energy. Many seniors feel too tired to get started. But here's the irony. Gentle exercise is one of the most effective cures for that very fatigue. When you move your body, you increase oxygen flow, wake up sluggish cells, and improve sleep quality at night. The result? You feel more energized after you move, not before. So if you're feeling tired, don't wait for energy to strike. Begin moving gently and let energy follow. Another helpful strategy is pairing. Attach your new habit to something you already do. For example, do your shoulder rolls every time you wait for the kettle to boil. Or practice chair squats after brushing your teeth. This creates an automatic cue, something familiar that reminds you to move. Over time, your body begins to expect it. That's when it becomes part of your rhythm. Now, what about motivation? Some days you'll feel excited. Other days you won't. That's completely normal. The key is not to rely on motivation. It's to rely on routine. When something becomes part of your day, like taking your vitamins or checking the mail, you don't think about whether you feel like it. You just do it. Movement can become that, too, a normal, expected part of caring for yourself. And if you're someone who thrives on connection, make this a social habit. Invite your spouse to walk with you. Call a friend while you do your leg raises. Or leave a comment in our community. Every time you share, you're not just helping yourself. You're encouraging someone else who might need a little push that day. Let me share a quick story. There's a couple in Florida, John and Elise, both in their late 70s. They started watching our videos last year and decided to make a 5-minute routine together every morning after breakfast. They do shoulder rolls, wall push-ups, and then go for a short walk around their block. John says his knee pain has decreased. Elise says she sleeps more deeply. But the part they love most? Doing it together. It's our new kind of date, Elise wrote. And it feels like we're taking care of our future, not just our bodies. You see, these small choices, they don't just add years to your life. They add quality to your years. A little more ease, a little more strength, a little more peace of mind to your heart, your lungs, your muscles, your circulation. They're all being supported in a way that's realistic and kind to your age. And finally, I want to leave you with this thought. Aging doesn't mean giving up. It means adapting. And with the right tools, aging can even mean thriving. These exercises may seem small, but they're the building blocks of strength, stability, and freedom. Freedom to walk without fear of falling. Freedom to sleep without waking in discomfort. Freedom to trust your body again, even if it's been a while. So, which one will you start with today? Is it the gentle wall push-ups? A walk around the garden? A few minutes of seated marching while watching your favorite show? Whatever it is, start there. Just begin. And as you do, know that thousands of others are right there with you, rooting for you, walking alongside you on this path toward better health, one small step at a time. If you found value in this journey, please take a moment to comment below with the number 5 and share which movement you're going to try first or which one is already helping you. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button and turn on the notification bell. Your support helps us keep sharing simple, reliable wellness tips designed just for you. Thanks for being here, and remember, your strongest days might still be ahead of you. Keep moving, keep believing, and we'll see you in the next video.